NFL Week 6 is upon us. I've got some picks for you right here on Prize Picks. Let's get paid. All right, first pick of the week. Let's go. Tom Brady, baby, facing the Steelers, and their defense is wretched. Currently, his prop is set at 280.5 projected passing yards. Now, here's the deal. We don't have props on Vegas books right now, so we are using the PrizePicks lines to try to figure out if they have set anything too soft. It's just mispriced. And I posted about 9 different picks inside Discord for passing, rushing, and receiving. I'm going to highlight a few of them today. If you want the full list, grab the Discord link down below. You'll be very happy you did. We are up a lot of units this season. So far this year, through 2 months of NFL, we are sitting at a very hefty 37.5 units profit. An insane month of September. October, so good so far. It's been very fun. And on PrizePicks, click over to the PrizePicks totals, and you can see NFL picks specifically have gone 106 and 62, a 63.1% win percentage. And again, if you're a sports bettor, 346.4 units profit. Grab that link down below, and you'll see why picks like Tom Brady over 280.5, even though we have no Vegas odds out there, are still pretty sharp looking. Steelers are giving up 287.6 passing yards per game. Yikes, that is awful. Now, why do I like Tom Brady beyond just the Steelers defense giving up 287.6 yards per game? By the way, second most in the NFL. It's Tom Brady's pass attempts over the last 3 games. With Chris Godwin back in the lineup, with Mike Evans in the lineup, over the last 2 games specifically, he's thrown 52 pass attempts in both games. In the previous game, without both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, when Mike Evans was suspended, he still threw the ball 42 times. Over those 3 games, 271 yards passing. The last 2 with an entire arsenal surrounding him again, that's healthy, that's ready to go. 385 yards passing against the Chiefs, 351 yards passing against the Falcons. And by the way, the Falcons last week giving up 278 yards passing, he threw for 350. This week he's in Pittsburgh on the road. Pitt giving up 287. Well, yeah, better believe Tom has a good shot hitting the over this week. I bet this line probably opens even a little bit higher than this, 284 or 286 on sports books. Give me the over. So you want some correlation with this pick? I'm right there with you. So when the fantasy points comes out, I want you to go look at Mike Evans immediately. Now, currently you can snag his yardage prop, which is fine at 70.5. I think it's a fine option. In his 4 games this year, he's had 71, 61, 103, and 81 yards receiving. Had 8 targets last week, 10 targets the week prior. And again, terrific Tom there, throwing 52 attempts per game is going to help him out. But Mike Evans, man, his fantasy point production has a great upside, because whether or not he even scores a touchdown, the yardage has been good. And his receptions this year, 5, 3, 8, and 4, always in a full PPR site, are going to help him out as well. But I think the over 70.5 yards is fantastic. So we know Pittsburgh giving up 287.6 yards passing through the air. But the wide receivers, and you want to talk fantasy points, the wide receivers for PPR sites, oh my gosh. Steelers are giving up 33.78 fantasy points per game to opposing wide receivers, which is the most in the NFL. By 5. The second closest is the Washington Commanders, giving up 28.8 fantasy points per game to opposing wide receivers. So while you can take the over 70.5 for an early look and you get correlation, listen, if Tom throws for 300, 350, Mike Evans has a good shot at hitting over 70 yards for the 4th time in 5 games. He certainly does. And if this line moves or the fantasy points comes out and Mike Evans is sitting there at 11 points or so, give me the freaking over, because he can hit the over on yardage alone. And then you add the fact that he's had 3 touchdowns this year in 4 games. Give me the fantasy points over when that opens. I have no clue what it's going to be at, but I like Mike Evans. I like the correlation here. Let's move on to a third pick. All right, let's talk about this game right here. I'm on Marquis Brown. I like him as well. Seattle's defense giving up 260 yards passing through the air. They are also giving up 31 points per game, so maybe the fantasy points would be better for Marquis Brown, but he's done very well at this prop, 3 games in a row. Target volume has been insane. There's a lot to like out of Marquis Brown, but I'm not going with him for my third pick. In fact, I'm staying in this game. I'm going Tyler Lockett over 72.5 receiving yards, and it's not because of the game log. Yes, the game log's been fantastic. 107, 76, 91, 104. There's one more thing I really like in this matchup this week for Seattle. Arizona's giving up 248 yards passing. That's the 8th most in the NFL game by game. The best part about it, they are running the most plays per game in the NFL. They average 72 plays per game, 72.2 plays per game in the NFL. You know who the second slowest team is? Seattle. Usually when you get pacing plays like this, the slower team like Seattle is going to get a pace up. So 55, 55 and 72 are the average. You could go somewhere in the middle as like a soft projection. So about 64 plays for Seattle and less plays, fewer plays for Arizona at 64. So you get a pace down spot for Arizona and you get a pace up spot for Seattle. It doesn't work out as specifically like that as it does in NBA, but it's definitely something you can use to generalize the type of opportunity they could see. Tyler Lockett getting more potential plays. You're talking 10, almost 9 to 10 more plays this week. That's potentially 2 more full possessions. And he's already hit this in just an average of 55 plays. I love it. They're throwing the ball 60% of the time this year, 60.3%. They could be in another potential shootout affair. They're at home in this game. There's a lot to like here again. Arizona giving up the 8th most yards through the air. Seattle getting potentially 8 to 10 more plays this week. They're already throwing the ball 60% of the time. They're at home. What's not to like out of 72.5 receiving yards? I think this line will open up around this area, 72, 74. It will be in this range. So it might not even be like a soft line, but I think it's a good early one to jump on. If this one opens any higher, I think this moves very quickly, as then you see most of the casual DFS, most of the casual sports bettors would just look at this and be like, oh, wow, soft line, but not really looking into why, right? They're like green, 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 green. I like it. And that might drive it up on its own, but we're going to grab it now because of the data behind it. So I like this as a nice early 3-pick power play. Again, if you like this type of approach I have, well, I have 9 picks in Discord already. Posted them, I believe, 24 hours ago in Discord for members. You guys can get that. It's it's basically less than a cup of coffee per day. So go ahead, snag that link down below in the description section, and you'll have an opportunity to check us out. I mean, we're talking I got to update this. 346. Man, it's been a while since I updated that. We are smashing. I mean, it's less than $1 a day. It's less than $1 a day. And by the way, Patreon finally changed their cycles. If you join, it's on a 30-day cycle, meaning today is October 12th, and your next payment would be November 12th. Beautiful. No more of this Patreon first day of the month garbage. So you could sign up today, get all the picks under the sun for all the different sports, for both sports betting and prize picks. And you get that for less than a freaking gas station cup of coffee every day for every 30 days. So give that a look. I hope you check it out. At the very least, do me a huge favor. If you're just like, nah, I just want free stuff, hit the like button for me. Support free content by scrolling down with your finger and hitting the like button. And if you're on your PC, I mean, you can see the like button right now. Just click it. Just click it. Support free content. And I will see you on the inside, my friends, no matter what. I hope to see you in chat. Discord link is free, and the Patreon link is down below. Have a good day, my friends. Take care.